I forgot to turn my mic on. Anyway, so recently, Tumblr user Sorkinator, 17 minutes ago as of right now, made a post regarding certain Neopets users, or rather, the Neopets pound chat community. Apparently, this is the sort of drama they keep talking about. Some screenshots in this post are there, some were taken by others and then generously shared with them. For the too long didn't read version of it, some prominent pet traders got frozen. A couple of mysterious people have been saying they're cheaters for months, and I guess they finally got caught red-handed because they're all frozen alongside all their nice pets. The longer version is that the user at the centre of this debacle is Sinisters, Synisters, who goes by Ivy, and to a lesser degree, Millionaire Wannabe, with one N, not two, who goes by Will. And while there might be other users who may also be involved, who may or may not be frozen, there's not as much evidence against them, so Sork isn't really going to address that. I still have no idea how to pronounce their URL. Basically, on Neopets, every Neopet needs to have a unique name. Most of them either end up as made-up names or plain gibberish, but some pets have real word or real name, otherwise known as RW/RN pets, with names like Captain, Tubby, and so on. They're very valuable in the pet trading circuit. Ivy, otherwise known as Sinisters, had a ton of very nice real word/real name pets, and she always seemed to get her hands on more and would trade them around for other nice real name pets. She was essentially a well-known person on the trading community of Neopets. A lot of people were, or rather some people, including Sorkinator themselves, were suspicious of this, but most people seem to be content enough to shrug off the fact that she magically materialised these amazing pets out of thin air. Obviously, this is a screenshot here. On the Neobolts, which was topic created by Candy P 2010 on 13th of March 2022 at 2:07 p.m. Are the major users self-freezing to protect their pets, or were they caught? Sinister's brothers _red, billionaire _wanna_b, many others. Do we think they actually finally got caught, or do we think they are laying low until the smoke blows over? Over the past several months, a couple of users in particular made several boards calling out Ivy for stealing these names off of inactive accounts and selling them off-site on Neopets black market websites. Surprisingly, that's actually a fucking thing. People legitimately pay hundreds of dollars for certain pets, which may or may not include real word or real name pets. Some people believe the original posters of these threads, others would come to Ivy's defense that she worked hard to trade up for these nice names. She was just so nice, even if the pets were stolen. They were being made available to the masses. A lot of excuses there. Curiously, it always seemed to be the same people ready to go to bat for her, including Will, who also had a few nice names such as Skunk, which will be relevant later in the post made by Sorkinator. Ivy's account was frozen last week alongside Will's and some other Neopian pound chatters. More boards were made by the same people celebrating their freezing and saying they got what was coming to them. More and more people are now coming around to the reality of what Ivy was doing, as well as people coming forward as though they were harassed by Ivy and her friends for trying to speak up about what a terrible person she actually was, or outright expose her cheating. This is some sort of anonymous screenshot made on 13th of March 2022. It's an anonymous screenshot of a post on Neopian forums, or message boards rather, made on 13th of March 2022 at 3:46 p.m. It says, so one of the users involved was openly lying about me and generally treated me like garbage for no apparent reason. I ended up calling them out on it and they held a grudge. I've since had several people now mail me with similar interactions or worse. It sounds like this group was actively interfering with other folks' real word, real name traits, generally just being bullies too. Another anonymous post. Debate was to whether or not it was the same user in the previous post. Made on 13th of March 2022 at 3:56 p.m. saying, my one friend who shall remain anonymous was working very hard to get a particular pet that would have fit their account perfectly. It was pretty obvious that this particular group was intercepting. I think they said the person was offering on any pet they could get offers for 3-way so that they couldn't trade. Aidoru made a post on 13th of March 2022 at 4:55 p.m. saying someone in her friend group literally tried to extort one of my friends for her legit secured pet, saying that if they wouldn't trade with her so that she would reverse another pet they had that she had stolen. They acted like a mafia, so I'm happy to see them get called out on this. It sounds like the thing that finally broke the camel's back was her cheating other cheaters. Candy P 2010 made a post on the Neo message boards at both. These are both dated on the 13th of March 2022, and they're about a minute off from each other. 2:32 p.m. and 2:33 p.m. No, if I said it, you're right, kind of, but I think that selling someone a pet and taking it back and keeping the money is pretty low, so I don't know. Let me be clear, I don't care if people cheat, like messing with people's real life money. Not okay, much worse than a call out board. And there's also some drama involving names of characters from Avatar The Last Airbender, apparently. Shimmy, 13th of March, 2:38 p.m. This all spiraled from a dispute between two people fighting over a fandom pet-themed account. It then led one user submitting vast quantities of evidence to TNT against the other, and all of their accounts got gutted by TNT. This affected quite a few users who traded for these pets. I also feel sorry for the pet cat. K, apparently they were fighting over certain names, which they were fighting over. They could have done it privately, instead it was wide open for the public and TNT to see. Such a large amount of real name, real word pets were lost over this one tiny dispute which no one had ownership over. Warp got booted by TNT. The account is now bare and all her sides are frozen, all over Katara. Well, that's a very fucking weird username. I think taking pets and bring them to spread around is nice and should be fine. Don't take from active players though. If you take someone's pet by mistake, give it back. Don't be like Will, who had Skunk despite the true owner being around. And on this particular board, the OP was making allegations that TNT was somehow involved. Fucked up if true. Alice is sketchy. Sketchy and suspicious. Do you know something about TNT? Tell us. I wish I could spill everything I know. Jesus fuck. Enter Skunk. Cheetah_123_45 was apparently the original owner of Skunk, and they got word on the 14th of March 2022 from TNT that Skunk will not be returned to them. Apparently Will created their old email tied to that account to have access. I know this because Ivy admitted to it, saying, "Sucks to be her, aka me, or rather Cheetah." When I asked Will about how he got Skunk a few weeks ago, he said he traded 4L for Skunk. No 4L pet was on the account, so I asked if he remembered the name for reversal purposes. He somehow could not remember. He then blocked me. A day later, to which I had to create a board to reach out to him. There was a board last night regarding Ivy and Will, and I would watch for their return if TNT returns them. I would post the screenshots of being blocked, but I don't know how without Photo Bucket, and I'm on Neopets at work. The OP provided a couple of screenshots to back up their claims. Millionaire Wannabe, aka Will, sent a message regarding Skunk, which was a reply to a previous message sent to him, saying, "To be quite honest, I don't remember. It was a full L of some sort I had just gotten. Wasn't a real word, but pronounceable. Let me look through Neo mails and see if I can remember it. Hope that helps in the meantime. I'm not worried if I don't get a pet back. You can copy and paste this to Alice. Alice, you helped me on my side back when it got hacked. I want September to get her pet back and pay the goodness forward. You can do a reversal and send Skunk back to September." Of course, Ivy on Discord said that it sucks to be her. OG was created. No. Got access with OG. Apparently Will has the OG email. Skunk had been floating around on the pound chat for a long time, even though it was well known it may have been a compromised pet. I'm surprised turns out it was. Why people wouldn't be careful and just not offer a potentially suspect pet is beyond me, but I guess shiny, real word, real names, UCs. What the fuck is a UCs? Are more important than avoiding reversal or freezing to some people. Apparently there's more involved with this, involving this Ivy stealing items that are bought with the site's premium currency, no cash, which can only be bought with real money and can only be exchanged for other neo-cash items. Sugar Room created a topic on the 14th of March 2022 at 9:24 p.m. stating that their account was hacked and they needed advice on how to go about contacting TNT. I posted about an hour ago about missing items like multiple nutty face paints and my Balthazar's bag of bottled fairies, as well as a few other items I was sure I had, but noticed were not in my closet anymore. I've been on a hiatus since 2018 or so, and I have just received Neo mail, and when I went to check it in my inbox, lo and behold, a whole list of trading confirmations popped up showing that I had traded about 5 items in 1 minute to use in 2020. I was not active at this time. These items include Pretty Little Daisy, Nutty Face Paint, NT Second Mold Ball, B-Day Mystery Capsule, 2 of them, Mini MME 18 S2C Holomorphic Foliage, a Dan set, Fantastic Makeup set. The user who sent these to themselves was Sinisters. A month later, another user by the name of Sinisters W. Wazzer and Derby sent themselves my other 3 fantastic makeup sets. 3 sets total, 1 per user. I also have confirmation that someone named Pyromaniac130 received my MME3 B1 Magma Pool background. As a result of this board, yet another board about Ivy was made on the PC. Ray 45454545 created a topic on the 15th of March 2022 at 2:58 a.m. saying, "So now they are both froze, good. All the people that defended Sinisters in particular, linked to a topic. All the users are linked on millionaire wannabe lookup should be avoided. They all run in the same circle, so beware." Then shit apparently got ugly. NinjaJet responded to something, saying that the screenshot provided to Cheetah was confirmed faked, not siding with anyone, just throwing out all the tea. Cheetah apparently knows this might be Ivy, and states that they showed up on their board yesterday trying to defend themselves too. NinjaJet responds with, "Well, you sold Skunk not once but twice and tried to get him reversed back to you both times with his sub-story. That's why you aren't that upset about not getting the Skunk back. You have your money." Cheetah responds with, "Literally, I jumped on the side when I exposed them yesterday in fear of being iced, but it was obvious it was still me, lol." NinjaJet responds with, "Gathering my screenshots now, bestie. You can't sell pets and get away with it by blaming things on other people. Pretending you were hacked or impersonated is so childish, like honestly." Cheetah responds with, "I posted screenshots and I'm not going to entertain anyone who is too scared to post any. You clearly don't have proof and you're mad you got caught and lost your account. The screenshot was posted to my hand as look up the NinjaJet, possibly Ivy, admitted to having faked it to make a point that any screenshot can be faked. Which is fair, but like everyone knows what they were doing." Kit3 says, "Bidding on your friend's pets isn't cheating. What planet do you live on? I'm friends with half the PC. Should I not bid on their pets up for trade just because they are my friends? Get a grip and get off Neopets. If you're having a mental breakdown over little pixels, I would suggest taking a solid break and reevaluating your life." Baby Yoda responds in all caps with, "It's cheating when they tell you to pick their pet and not then just not trade. Grifting, the whole PC is not my style. But Trina, Fitz, Taylor and more do it for fun all the time." Candy P2010 says, "Yeah, grip and get off Neopets if you haven't." Oh, hang on. That's a quote from someone else. "Do you not realise real life money is involved in this with Neocash and stolen pets? And that people come on here to escape junk, real life situations and then are stolen from? You get off if you don't understand the severity of cheating." After this point, apparently, the board de-escalated, then got deleted about half an hour later. Apparently, it's been very entertaining to see this situation develop and to finally see something that they've been very suspicious of for a long time finally get the hammer. They have seen quite a few pets that used to be on long inactive accounts move to new accounts quite suddenly, and then shortly after make their way into Ivy's hands over the past few months. Like they said, they were very suspicious of this, but really didn't have any proof, so they didn't say anything to TNT. They've also seen a couple of different people say she has several of accounts, but likely many, many more. One person claimed hundreds, and that TNT has probably known about the kind of stuff she's been pulling for quite a while, and only now did they finally decide to do something. God knows what kind of info they got that actually made them freeze her and her cohorts, but it was probably from other cheaters that she'd finally pissed off enough that they were willing to come forward. There might be more developments on this. Who knows? Good God. Neopets.